like no one is really interested in what I'm sharing anyway. There's a fear to speak, there's a fear to just be seen or to just see myself and to just speak without performing, speak without a specific outcome, or that what I'm speaking, what I'm sharing, what I'm telling you here is making sense. I rather would like to see it as a space for expression and for clarity to occur and for things sorting themselves out while talking, because talking and just speaking my truth and sharing what is present often, if not always, clears things up in my mind, in the field, and often it doesn't really need someone to reply to us, to mirror us, because just the expression itself, just talking about it, from just sharing about it, not necessarily like talking about it from the mind, not being trapped in the thinking mind, but sharing from the heart what is present already clears the air. And in the last few days I've been noticing how much I've lost connection to my own voice, to the voice of my soul, to my truth, and to the truth of my voice that's inside of me. And I've been noticing how I've outsourced this truth and this inner knowing of myself to people around me, to my closest friends, to my partner, to my mother, to people that I spend most time with right now, and that I'm in some way honoring their wisdom. When it comes to my mom, I'm always like, I don't take any wisdom from you, but there is this inner child of me who wants to be acknowledged and who wants her love and her acknowledgement. And so there are parts of me that listen to her, and as well to my friend who is really great in business, and but who is just in a very different place than I am, and I am asking, wondering, mistrusting my own inner voice when it comes to taking decisions, and outsourcing the wisdom partly to him, and outsourcing the inner safety to my partner, outsourcing the safety to my partner, because he's very much like supporting me with money and with like inviting me here and paying this and paying that, and that's super lovely, and I really appreciate that. And I'm learning a lot to receive through his heart and through his free and free giving. And at the same time, it really pulled me into different direction. It's like, oh, there, I give my power away here and here and here and here. And so through these last days, I was sitting a lot with so much confusion, so many voices, so many different parts of me, so many different parts within me having different opinions, having different perspectives, and at the same time the outside, like each person who I outsourced my voice towards, is kind of like coming from a different timeline and also influencing me through that, through their own lenses that are just not mine and that are not my truth. They can reflect something back to me, but yeah, in the end, right now with this eclipse, I can feel how I'm just really asked to get back to silence, to become still, and to cut out all the noise that is there, to find my own voice, to find my own truth again. And I know deep inside of me, I know what I have to do, and I know it since quite a while. Like, I can feel it in my body, where I feel drawn to what is calling me, what excites me, what lights me up when thinking of this or thinking of that. I can feel the resonance in my body, and that's the truth speaking through my soma, through my being. But at the same time, then there's my mind, and then there's the fear, and then there's the doubts, and then there's the safetyness I outsource to other people, and I'm not trusting my own inner voice, my own inner path anymore. And so coming back to that, to my inner voice, really challenges me in the last few days, because it asks me to really trust and to walk in faith and to take actions that maybe disappoint or trigger the people around me. And at the same time, there is so much pressure right now. It feels like there's so much pressure that I cannot continue like I did in the last few months, and that my time is I'm way overdue to my soul's next steps, and that my soul is really asking me to listen now and to not yet take the actions, but to become really clear and to become really clear to this channel, to my own channel, and to hear my own voice again. So then in the next few weeks, in the next 1 to 2 months, I can take the aligned actions. Because in order for me to take aligned actions, I need to know, I need to feel the truth so deeply and so strongly, because otherwise I won't take the steps, I won't take the leap of faith, I won't take the scary actions and the scary decisions that I am called to do and to take. And yeah, sitting in stillness and listening to all the bullshit and listening to all the fears and leaning again and again back into just being with all of that and being compassionate with myself and being kind to myself in that process of not knowing what these steps and these desires that are calling me forth will bring and will change, and how everything will unfold. But from what I know from my past, what I know from the last few years living and taking these leaps of faith again and again and again, and going through that fear and really following those soul's callings and those soul's desires, is that it's always worth it and it always pays off so much. And I feel like I said, I'm way overdue. I feel like I should have actually, or if I'm called from my soul since like 3 months since spring, that something needs to change, and now it's getting denser and denser and denser. It's getting more clear and more clear. It's something that many things, a lot of things in my life, that basically like the whole base structure of my life is being asked to be changed. So that, because right now it feels very dead, it feels very dry, and from that dryness, from like a dry soil, from a dry and dead ground, like earth, nothing can grow, nothing can flourish. And that's how I'm feeling since the last few days, the last few weeks, really intensely, and building up to today over the last few months. And I've been trying to, or looking back, I'm noticing how I've been trying to override it with my logic and to kind of like rationalize things and my decisions and why I'm still here and why I don't take the action yet, and that's not time yet, and all of that. And I know in total everything is always in divine timing, so I really needed to experience all of this. I need to experience what I'm in right now, and at the same time, looking back, I can really see and feel how I've been trying to make it okay and trying to be okay with it because it's more comfortable to, because it was more comfortable to stay in the uncomfort, because the uncomfort wasn't big enough, but now the uncomfort is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I cannot ignore it. I cannot override it with my mind because my body speaks very loud and my soul's really screaming in a way. And I wanted to go to a festival from tomorrow on, but I've decided not to go because I love festivals and I love dancing and everything, but I just know in a way that it would be more input, it would be more noise, it would be more distraction from my soul, even though of course I can connect to my soul through that. But in a way, I'm really craving just silence. Like, I'm just craving pure nature. I'm right now in Germany next to the Elbe. It's like a big river, and I'm standing here in my van since like 2 days, and there's pretty much no one here, and I'm here alone right at the river, and it's super beautiful, and it's so soothing for my soul. And then on the river there are kayaks, like sometimes there are kayaks paddling, like people on kayaks paddling across, and I'm just like, oh my god, I just want that. Like, I just want 7 days, like somewhere in Sweden or like somewhere in the nature, even on the Elbe, where I'm just like on the water, or like a hike or whatever, where I can just be immersed in nature, and where there's so much like spaciousness and at the same time groundedness, and where I move my body, where I can just really listen to my own inner voice. And this is calling me, and so I'm giving this to me. At least I'm giving this silence to me, to myself, as a gift to myself for the next few days being here. Maybe even I was even thinking to rent a kayak and do a little kayak tour, because I also have a tent with me and everything. And I could do this, and it would be actually super beautiful to do like a little solo adventure. And this is what my soul is calling me to do. And then there's the mind kicking in, and it's like the FOMO kicking in and wondering, but like the festival is really good to make connections and and then all of that. I guess you know that. But just these 2 days really allowed me to come back to myself, to my own voice, and I feel probably this is not just my own theme. Often these kind of intense themes are very collective in some way or another. And yeah, I still have no clue how everything ends up. I have like a sense of direction, what I want to do and where I want to be and what my soul is asking me to do. Kind of like how my purpose is changing and how my purpose was always the same, but the form of my purpose is changing again, and this purpose form changing again is always connected to a new identity and to a new chapter, and often a new location in my case, and a new surrounding, and stepping out of the comfort zone. And now talking about it, I actually feel really excited, and I'm really looking forward how this process continues to flow and to unfold, especially like today with the eclipse, and then in 2 weeks having another eclipse, and this portal being really potent. Yes, so I feel that's the words I want to share for now. Thank you for listening if you've listened till this point. And see you soon. If I show up soon, maybe not. Let's see. You will see it.